and I was alienated from my peers even more than my mask had alienated me. I don't really know how to explain to you the pain. This pain. Some of you may know, most of you probably don't. I think this will do it. I hurt my elbow in one of the volleyball practices, 2 games before the end of the season. It was no big deal for me. I didn't even bother to tell the coach. It was jammed a little at the worst. I played the next 2 games almost the whole game. I was a starter on varsity. It was my sophomore year. The last game of the season, I served 15 straight aces to a victory, and I was pumped beyond all reason. But my elbow, it hurt so much worse. I asked my friends what a sprain felt like, a jam, etc. I've had worse pain, I said. They said it should be fine then. The doctor x-rayed the elbow, put it up on the wall, and looked at my placid face, and back at the wall, and back at me again. He shook his head slowly. After prompting, he said, "Your elbow is shattered. It's so bad that the marrow is bleeding out and I can hardly see the bone. I haven't even thought it was broken because it hurts so much less than my back." I spent this year in dread. There's some considerable fear surrounding a surgery that addresses the area in front of and behind the spinal cord. My friends were, I think, as supportive as they could have been, but they didn't understand. They helped me, and they carried my things, and tried to include me in discussions even though I wasn't able to go to any friends' houses and parties. How I wasn't on the teams all my old volleyball and basketball friends were on. They never saw me limp down the hallway. It never even occurred to them that the bags under my eyes weren't from being out late with friends, but were instead from sitting up all night because I hurt so badly it wasn't even worth trying to sleep. They never wondered why I missed so many gatherings and events. The day of the surgery dawned. I won't lie and say I didn't break down at all. I let a few tears slip. Then I woke up. The nurse watched me until I seemed to register. I'm not entirely certain what she said. It was along the lines of, "Are you okay?" I was still out of it a little. After another moment, she seemed to be waiting for something, and I thought, this isn't so bad. Finally, the nurse gave up and said, "You're in a level 10 of pain. This is the worst pain you'll ever feel in your life." She had been waiting for the pain to show in my eyes. My next thought was, well, shit, then I've been walking around for 2 years at a level 9 of pain. Lying down at 10 is nothing. "Should I start you on morphine?" she was saying. My response was something along the lines of, "Hell yeah." A little bit later, I realized my thought that laying down at 10 is nothing was completely inaccurate. I hadn't taken into account the gurney ride over bumps and cords. I think my eyes may have almost popped out of my head. And then came the horror of all horrors. Brace yourselves. The transition from the gurney to the bed in the room. That was pain. I had just had 4 2-inch screws, 2 approximately 4-inch metal rods, and a small metal cage surgically implanted into my spine. And then they bumped it. I had never known pain before. So how the hell did I get there? That's how. But that isn't the end of the story. From there on, the nurses seemed almost awed by my progress. I was one of the fastest responses of a back patient, let alone one 16 years old, they had ever experienced. I was turning myself over the first day. They had never seen anyone attempt that until at least the second day. I guess people don't usually get hurt so young that they can't have the surgery for 8 years. The patients they get aren't so used to dealing with pain. Either way, it went fairly quickly. I could regale you with humorous stories, gross stories, and stories that would horrify you. But that doesn't really matter anymore. I went to my school's Christmas program on a walker and had to leave early. I was on a painkiller so strong, many have never heard of it, the equivalent of 4 Vicodin, and I wasn't able to return to school for a full day until May. I spent the second semester of my junior year on my couch and at my kitchen table. I self-taught 2 honors classes and learned the rest of my classes from books, except for honors pre-calculus, which I needed my dad's help for. And still I got straight A's. To this day, I cannot explain it. Nor can I remember it. I was still on Vicodin. I'm missing almost 3 entire months of my life to the blur of pain and medication. This time included my first school dance, my first slow dance, and my first kiss. Boy, was that awkward later. The next year, against the doctor's orders, and all logic, I played volleyball. I went to all my school dances, and didn't miss a single birthday party. It was my senior year, damn it, and I missed the junior one. I studied hard, and I graduated valedictorian. I spent this last summer with a personal trainer. and was finally able to walk more than 10 minutes at a time. And now, it's my freshman year of college. 10 years of pain after the first time I broke my back. Did you know? When you first saw me? Could you tell? I would put money down that you couldn't. And yet it happened. How the hell did I get here? Even I don't know. I know the story. I know what happened. But how did I do it? When I think of the nights when I couldn't even imagine another day, when I couldn't even bear the thought of another day of pain, I have no idea. But it doesn't matter how I did it. I don't think so. It only matters that I did.